Bitcoin just had its highest weekly candle close in history. Ethereum has hit another all-time high against the US dollar today. BNB hit the $600 price target that I talked about less than 2 weeks ago, and XRP has almost doubled in value. What is going on? Markets are insanely bullish. Let's review all the news that's driving these markets and more. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Please, before we start, subscribe to my channel and go ahead and hit that like button right down below. Now, as I mentioned, crypto markets are absolutely on fire. Every major coin that we can talk about is setting records, it would seem. Bitcoin, highest weekly close ever. Ethereum, new all-time high today. BNB, continuing to make highs and hitting my target of $600. And XRP, everybody's favorite coin to love or hate, is still absolutely ripping. Well, today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to have my normal Monday live stream, and we're going to dig into all the charts and try to figure out what's going on from a technical perspective. And today I want to review all of the news that matters. So let's dive right into the first story, which is a record Bitcoin weekly close. If you follow me and you've followed my charts, you know that you judge a candle when it closes. So we often see the weekly candle going up and down throughout the week. Well, last night, for me, Sunday at 8 p.m., we saw the highest weekly close in history, effectively an all-time high close for Bitcoin. That should mean that we will see bullish a continuation. There's no reason to be bearish with Bitcoin trading at 60,000 and making the highest weekly close ever. Also, another Ethereum all-time high, as you can see here in this article, was just set today. I don't see any reason to start getting bearish on crypto markets now. Everything seems to be consolidating up against resistance, putting pressure on those highs and ready to explode to higher targets that I've talked about so many times. Now, this has seemed to be the story of the week. Crypto long and short, Peter Thiel defines Bitcoin's accidental role in global politics. Thiel's comments about China weaponizing Bitcoin to hurt the US are a warning about the cost of inaction. Now, yes, Peter Thiel at a summit, which by the way was about national security, said that China could weaponize Bitcoin against the United States. And people view this as this massively bearish comment because people love to read one sentence, take it out of context, and react like jackasses. Peter Thiel, if you did 30 seconds of due diligence, you would realize is one of the biggest Bitcoin bulls in history. He's been in early and heavy and absolutely believes in Bitcoin. He is not saying that Bitcoin is a weapon. He is saying that the United States needs to take notice of the actions of China, and it's time for the United States, as a part of that, to take Bitcoin far more seriously. He's telling regulators to wake up and take a look at this thing. We all know that China wants to devalue the United States dollar. They don't want the dollar to be the global reserve currency. Bitcoin could be one way to help destabilize that, but what they're really doing is developing their central bank digital currency. We've seen it already in action. We've seen it tested. They want a new global reserve currency. Whether that's Bitcoin or not is certainly questionable, but it would be to their benefit. But it's also important to note, nobody's longer than the dollar than China almost. I believe they have 1.1 trillion exposure. So they're not looking to kill the dollar necessarily. They just want it to no longer be a global reserve currency. So what Thiel is saying here is that the United States needs to take Bitcoin more seriously. That's it. No negative spin on this comment. Traders opting for cash and carry strategy as Bitcoin's contango widens. Well, what does that mean? Cash and carry traders seek to profit from the spread between Bitcoin's price in futures and spot markets. Now, I'm not telling you guys how to trade complex options or how to take advantage of this trade. It's just important to note that this trade exists and there's a huge opportunity here. Now, we heard tons and tons of commentary and comments on the grayscale arbitrage trade. That was the huge trade. That's how a lot of platforms were offering yield. They were taking advantage of the insanely high positive premium of GBTC to guarantee money and pass some of that on to you for holding your Bitcoin on their platforms. Well, as we know, GBTC has gone negative on the premium and it has stayed there. That trade no longer exists, which exposed some of these platforms to risk, but have no fear. There's a new trade in town, cash and carry. Well, how does that work? We can dig in here a little bit. It says cash and carry arbitrage is a market neutral strategy aimed to profit from price discrepancies in one or more markets. Simply stated, it involves buying an asset in the spot market against a short position in the futures market when the futures draw a significant premium relative to the spot price. That way, traders pocket a fixed return as the premium decays over time and converges with the spot price on the expiry date. This trade is making people 44 to 48% on a number of exchanges. On Delta Exchange, it's about 30%. So basically, the futures price is much, much higher. If you're looking at June, July, August, you can buy spot Bitcoin, short that futures price. The gap gets smaller, and it's basically an income trade. It's free money with very minimal risk. That is the trade right now, cash and carry strategy. Now, this is an awesome story. Microstrategy becomes the first American company to pay its directors in Bitcoin. Awesome. Michael Saylor continues to be a giga chad leading the industry in everything Bitcoin. We all know that Microstrategy has effectively become a Bitcoin ETF because their exposure to the asset is so high and is such a huge part of their total market cap. But now the software firm is actually paying its directors in Bitcoin. This is what their tweet read. The board of directors of Microstrategy is now paid in Bitcoin. That's it. Simple enough. As per the company's investors relations page, MicroStrategy has a total of 5 board directors, including Saylor. This guy is so all in that now he's actually paying out the directors in Bitcoin. All you need to know is that Michael Saylor is not flagging. He is not wavering. This dude is going for it. And finally, Binance launches tokenized stock trading. Starts with Tesla, of course, because Tesla is everyone's favorite stock because it behaves like a cryptocurrency, right? Well, we've seen this from Bittrex Global, we've seen it from FTT, and we've even seen it not tokenized, but fractional stock trading on Robinhood. We also saw how that ended, but this is interesting. Obviously, Americans won't be able to participate because we hate fun and puppies and unicorns and cute things. Probably hate ice cream too here. I don't know. Our regulators will probably tell us that we can't have it. But it is interesting that now we are seeing such interest in trading stocks among crypto traders that these platforms, including Binance, are allowing you to trade fractional and tokenized stocks. Interesting to note, they still only trade during market hours because there's real trades backing them. When you're buying a token or selling a token, which you can do in 1/100th of a share, that's actually being bought and sold apparently on the actual stock market. Guys, that is all the news that is driving the markets today. Once again, please tune in today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my live stream. We're going to go in deep on the charts there. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and until 2 p.m. today, peace.